When working with other artists, disagreements are pretty much bound to come up. And throughout the few years that I've been making music, I've had disagreements in every shape or form when it's come to collaborations and stuff. Um, for the most part, to be honest, most of those conflicts and disagreements got sorted out pretty well. You know, there wasn't a lot of beef or anything created from these conflicts. Some of them did create beef, and I still don't talk to those artists to this day, but the majority of them worked out pretty well. When I did my Amalgamate album, there were so many artists on that album, and obviously because of that, that's probably the project I've had the most amount of disagreements on when it's come to a song. Now, personally, when I feature on someone else's music, I just give them the verse. I make sure that they haven't destroyed the mix, and then it's whatever. I leave the creative control up to them because they just need a verse from me. They don't really need my opinion. They don't want me to shape their song. I'm just spitting a verse or a hook, and I don't have as much emotional attachment when I do a feature for someone. Whereas not everyone feels the same way when they feature with other artists. And I guess this is something that I learned, that not everyone just wants to give a verse and be done with it. A lot of people that I collaborated with, I guess they had the idea that they could control how my song sounded, where that is not the case. I've approached you for a verse or a hook because I like how you sound. I haven't approached you to try and curate my song for me. So there was a few artists where that was the case, and we did compromise. You know, we talked and we managed to figure out a way where we could get the song to a place where we're both happy with. One disagreement that comes to mind is Pressure K, who's one of the first artists actually I ever interviewed here on the vlog. I'm not throwing his name out there to throw him under the bus by any means, but he's an example of a disagreement I had that worked out really well in the end. You know, like, he had a different vision for Let Me Leave You, which is our song together on Amalgamate. He had a different vision for that song as I did. And then when the final song came out, when the song got to its final stage, he wasn't happy to release it with his name attached to it because it wasn't his creation, or at least he felt that way. And at that point, I could have been like, well, fuck you, whatever, I'll just release the song without you on the title. But you know, I wanted to understand his perspective more, and I guess he wanted to understand my perspective more of just doing a feature and leaving the control up to them. So through some back and forth, Precious K pretty much came to the conclusion that, oh yeah, like, maybe this is just a feature and I shouldn't care about it and try control it as much as I have been. And thank God for that, because it would have been weird releasing that song without crediting him. And it was a really dope song in the end. At the end of it, everyone on the song was happy with how that turned out. And that's an example of a really good disagreement a good outcome of a disagreement I've had in this music stuff. I can't say every disagreement is good. For the majority of them, I'd say most of the disagreements aren't good, but they do usually lead to another path or another road. It's very rare that a disagreement has just been the end of the path for me and I've just never talked to that artist again. I try to, you know, figure out what's going on to see if we can both get to a place where we're happy with what we're doing. A bad example of this, I'm not even going to mention the fuckwit's name, but pretty much I had a song with 5-6 other artists. Everyone put their verses together, got the song mixed, and then when I sent him the draft of the mix, he didn't want to be on the song anymore because one of the other artists said the word retard on the song. Now, anyone that's ever heard my music or knows my music knows that I say way worse shit than that in my songs. I didn't even say those lyrics, by the way, but when you're collaborating with someone like me who says some pretty profound and uncensored shit, you can't expect me to not say certain words because you're a soft little bitch. There isn't really any other way for me to put it. That was one example of us not really being able to compromise, because I'm not going to censor my music or someone else's lyrics just to satisfy some prick. And yeah, I mentioned it in some lyrics. If you want to go listen to some rap beef or whatever, if you want to call it, you can listen to Child's Play, the Dead is Cut version, the solo version. I speak my mind on that issue a little bit there. But yeah, the purpose of this video, I guess, is just to remind myself and remind anyone that's watching that like disagreements do happen. Very rarely does that mean it's the end of the road. And the times that it is the end of the road, shit, maybe it's for the better, you know, like no, I've never been like, oh fuck, I wish I just agreed with that person so we could get this job done. No way. Like I will never ever be the yes man. Just to satisfy someone else's emotions or feelings. I will always stand on business, you know. What a cringe line. Stand on business. I'm keeping that in there though. Fuck it. And I don't think, you know, you should really fold to a featured artist making certain demands on your song too. Like, of course, listen to what they have to say. They may have some good opinions, but if they're like, no, it's my way or the highway, get them the fuck off the track. Get someone else to feature on the song as well. Don't waste your time dealing with hard people. You know, like that's the easiest way to, I guess, put it, because there's a lot of artists out there that are so easy to work with. And that's what it comes down to. Work with other artists that are going to help you make some dope shit. If they don't have the same vision as you and they disagree, it's cool. Doesn't mean you have to hate each other. Just do the song on your own or do it without them, with another artist, and everything will be fine. Don't let one disagreement with an artist completely ruin your relationship, because the music industry is a lot smaller than you think, and there's a good chance you're gonna run into those people again one day in your career. Anyways, that's all for me this time. This is a new segment I'm doing, just gonna be called Raw Thoughts with V. I don't write a script for these. I just have an idea of what I want to talk about, and I get in front of the camera and I just talk my shit. Minimal editing, just raw in every way. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoy this new segment. Please watch the video on screen right now and subscribe if you want to. I'll see you next time. And remember, I just released a brand new song, so go check that out too.
Breaking news, motherfucker, better turn it on. If you've been watching the news